In the western state of Punjab, every year around November, at the end of the rice harvesting season, thousands of acres of land are set on fire. It's the cheapest way to clear the fields. But the practice of stubble burning has been banned since 2015. This farmer knows he is breaking the law, but he cannot afford to change his ways. He speaks to us on condition of anonymity.
Government officials sit in their offices with their big salaries, and they're only good at telling us, do this or do that. The machines to clear the lands are efficient, but we can't use them on our small tractors. We'd have to buy a big tractor, which would cost about 1,000 euros, and that's way too expensive for us. Also, the government is not providing subsidies to small farmers like us.
Around 35 million tons of stubble goes up in smoke every year in India. Gurbachan Singh, who stopped the practice 20 years ago, finds the situation deplorable.
I came to realize that these fires had a terrible impact on the environment. Back then, I too used to burn the stubble on my land. But then I realized I had to give up this practice in order to help save our air, our land, and our water.
Every year, farmers have only 2 weeks to clear the fields after the rice harvest and before they start sowing their winter wheat crop. They have to get rid of the stubble as quickly as possible.
You know, if the farmers burn their lands, it's because they lack information.
He invested in this machine, the Happy Seeder, to help alleviate the problem. It cuts and collects the stubble and then sows wheat. But not everyone can afford this machine. Through a government initiative, 3 Happy Seeders have been made available to a group of farmers in 2 of the worst offending villages in Punjab.
You see, once it's leveled at the correct height, you just have to tighten the handles. With this machine, you can then sow 50 kilos of seeds.
This agriculture specialist is here to give the farmers a tutorial.
This project has just started, but what's good is that the farmers are coming here on their own initiative.
This is a small step in the right direction, but public funds are still sorely lacking to expand programs such as these. Stubble burning releases fine black carbon into the air, particles that are extremely carcinogenic and contribute to climate change. The smoke from the fires reaches Delhi just as winter sets in. This smoke, along with vehicle exhaust and toxic industrial emissions, makes the air unbreathable and even deadly.
Once the air quality went down, the pollution levels increased. Say for the last 1 month, we've seen that the number of patients has actually increased a lot. Effects of air pollution can be on a lot of organ systems, not just the lungs and heart. So there are a lot of patients in whom attributable mortality is due to air pollution. So it is a big health risk.
Delhi's air has particulate matter that is 14 times higher than the levels considered safe by the World Health Organization. A recent study by the University of Chicago says that the city's air pollution reduces life expectancy by 10 years. A startup based at the Indian Institute of Technology in Delhi is trying to find ways to deal with the problem. Ankur Kumar has developed a unique system to deal with rice residue.
There are 3-4 basic steps. First we cut it, then we wash it, we cook it, and simply beat it. So the paddy straw is basically converted into pulp using these 4 steps.
He founded the startup with 2 other students. The idea was to buy stubble from farmers and convert it into biodegradable cardboard.
So we were doing project on paper recycling, and at that time we faced this problem of air pollution, and this was basically caused by crop stubble burning in Punjab and Haryana. So we thought we should focus on making market for those kind of agricultural residues which are burning, because the smog was immense. Delhi was like a gas chamber.
The startup plans to commercialize its technology in another 4 months. While these individual efforts are commendable, critics argue that there needs to be greater political will to comprehensively tackle the problem in a country which has 11 of the 12 most polluted cities in the world.